Yes, my people, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world watching this right now. It's your boy, Blatant Red TV, Max. How's everyone doing today? I know it's been a minute since I spoke to you lot, but this is just another tweets and rumor show because there's a lot going on, man, in the tweeting world and the rumor world right now. So yeah, man, let me just report on a few bits and bobs for you people, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I hope everyone's blessed. Like, comment and subscribe if you're new. Help your boy get to 100 subscribers. I think I'm on 93. I've been on 93 for a couple weeks now. So yeah, please people, help your boy. 100 subscribers I want to hit before the new season starts, which starts in 2 weeks. So yes, smash that like button for me, please. What do I want to touch on right now? Damn, I didn't even do a match reaction yesterday for our pre-season games, but I don't really want to be doing match reaction for pre-season games, to be honest, because it's only pre-season. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just about the players getting their fitness up. But I didn't watch the game. I obviously watched the highlights. I knew that who scored for us. I think we conceded first, and then we came back into the game. A goal from Florian Wirtz scored his first goal for the club. Rio Engamoa, he scored a goal, and then Trey Neoni. But listen, we're going to touch on that on Rio, you know, because listen, people, Rio is ready. I know a lot of people think, oh, he's young, and we shouldn't rush him in. And, you know, the fact that we sold Diaz, you know, some people are saying that we don't even need to go out and get a left-sided winger because we got Rio. But then some people are saying, look, he's too young. Why do you want to throw a man into the fire so soon? But I'm saying like this, people. Do people forget players like Michael Owen? Michael Owen burst onto the scene for Liverpool when he was 17. You got to look at Rooney for Everton. Rooney started playing for Everton at 16, and then Man United signed him when he was like 17. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, you know, like once in a while, people, you just get players that, regardless if they're young, they're just ready. You know what I mean? They're just, it's like, look at Raheem Sterling. I can forget about Sterling. I think when Sterling came to Liverpool back in, I think, was it like 2011? I think Sterling joined 2011 times. Sterling, I think, was like 17 or something like that when he burst onto the scene for Liverpool. And look what he was going on with. And that's who Rio reminds me of. Rio reminds me of Sterling, like when he first came on the scene. And then look what happened to Sterling along the way. I know that he left Liverpool in, you know, not the greatest of circumstances, but he went on to Man City and achieved stuff. And he even said, people forget with Sterling that he only left Liverpool because of his relationship with Brendan Rodgers at the time. And I think he said if Klopp joined the club before he made that decision, he wouldn't have left to go to Man City. He would have stayed with Liverpool. But you know what? That's done now. But I'm just telling you now, people, Rio, listen, let me bring the mic close so you can hear me. Rio is ready. He took his goal well. Like when he came on, he was just on stuff from what I saw anyway in the highlights. Like, and Trey Neoni, yeah, he took his goal well. And then I did see the lineup as well, like Slopp's lineup in that game yesterday, and it kind of just gave me hints as to what the lineup could possibly be on the first opening game of the season against Bournemouth. Like that could possibly be the lineup. I know some people are kind of stuck between why did he play Bradley over Frimpong and things like that, but I think Bradley deserves to kind of start, especially after the way he ended last season with the whole Trent debacle and things like that. He was coming into the team and performing. The only thing I have about Bradley that's a bit, you know, touch and go is that, you know, he's injured a lot. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, but me personally, I think Bradley should get a start in the first game of the Premier League season, and then just see how he goes from there. And then obviously if he's like, you know, a bit touch and go, and then we got a great backup in Frimpong. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm kind of happy with Bradley starting over Frimpong, but you know, I don't mind them rotating or you know, in certain games and certain situations. But I do believe that could possibly be the starting lineup. Bar, I see from the lineup there, I think he played Soboslai as like a deep, you know, lying midfielder next to Gravenberch. And I don't know about Soboslai just yet, because McAllister for me in that position is way better than Soboslai. I think Soboslai obviously is a 10, but because Wirtz has been bought for so much money, and he's basically in that position, Soboslai is going to have to fight for his place, to be honest, man. But I could see Soboslai probably missing out, to be honest, people. And I don't know how you lot feel about that. Get in the comments. Let me know if I'm talking rubbish or if I'm talking facts. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, people, man. Like I said, it was a 3-1 win for Liverpool yesterday in the final pre-season game over in the Far East, Singapore and Hong Kong. And I think the players are making their way back. But for me, the results don't matter in pre-season. It's more to do with the fitness. We just want the boys to get as fit as possible for that first game of the season against Bournemouth, 8 p.m. on the 15th of August. Now I've touched on that, let's get into obviously what we're here for, tweets and rumors. I couldn't even get my words out just then. So let me just share my screen with you guys. Give me 2 seconds. So yeah, people, I wanted to start with this. A tweet from Ben Jacobs, a credible source, an hour ago. He said Alexander Isak is doing individual training at former club Real Sociedad. He is accompanied by his own team of personal trainers. Newcastle say Isak is recovering from a minor thigh injury. Swedish striker asked not to travel to Asia as he awaits clarity on his future. See, like, this is mad. This thing is getting a bit crazy now. Like, what is he doing in Spain? I understand it, like, you know, you wanted to leave Newcastle and things like that, but now it's starting to get ugly, people. It really is, man. Like, how and why is he in Real Sociedad? I know that he's obviously training, but still, you should be at your club training. And then, you know what? As much as I want this guy to come to Liverpool, as much as we're all excited, but this is kind of showing like another side of the player that's making me think like, raw, do you even want this guy to come to a club like Liverpool? I understand it's different, innit? He wants to leave Newcastle, but what if he comes to Liverpool and then decides that he wants to leave and then he starts doing this? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at players like Lucho. Lucho obviously wanted to leave Liverpool, but he joined us on the Far East tour. You know, he trained. He didn't kick up any fuss to try and force a move. Like, look at obviously Darwin. Darwin obviously has been up for sale ages ago, but yet he ain't down tools and he's still training, still trying to be professional about the situation. For Isak to be right now in Spain and training at his former club, it is mad to me, people, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, let me know in the comments what you think about that, man. But me personally, I still want the player at the club, but it's just showing another side of his character that we probably didn't know or see, and it started to show due to this little situation of him trying to force this move to our great club, Liverpool. But let me obviously just switch back to the tab and see what else we can obviously, what other tweets we can find. So yeah, scrolling through, obviously you've got, you know, the Hong Kong fans thanking us, or like, you know, us thanking them for their amazing support and things like that. You know, more pictures. What else do we want to get into? You got anything Liverpool? He's obviously touching on this situation. Let's obviously see what they're saying here, or what he's obviously tweeted. He says Newcastle are understood to be angry at being forced to play a waiting game over striker Alexander Isak, and his future as Liverpool continues to ponder a bid. His future as Liverpool continue to ponder a bid for the striker. You know what I'm trying to say? This is what I mean, bro. It's like, I rate Isak, but I just feel that, you know, he's going about it the wrong way. But, you know, why should I care, to be honest, innit? Because I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I'm just speaking from, if I was a Newcastle fan, how would I feel about a player that's still technically contracted to me or to our club moving like this? It's not a good look, but I understand he just wants to join Liverpool, so he's just doing anything he can right now to force this move through. But yeah, man, it's not looking great, man. And if I personally, if I was a Newcastle supporter, I'll be fuming right now if one of my players was, you know, I'll be fuming, basically, to be honest. That's all I'm going to say. Let me get back into the, let me see what else we can obviously touch on. Liverpool FC News talking about Rio Engamoa, an emergence solves Liverpool dilemma but creates a new transfer headache due to UEFA rule. I don't know what that's all about, people. maybe I need to touch into, or, you know, deep dive into that pause to see what that's all about. Let me see what else we can find. We obviously just read that. Anything Liverpool. Arne Slot talking about replacing Diaz. Let's see what this is all about. So Arne Slot and replacing Diaz. You always need to replace them with quality. Sometimes quality can be in different positions. We have more than a few players who can play in a number of positions. At this moment in time, we still have Gakpo. Rio is showing very good signs. And let me click on what Maury's saying there. Hang on one second. And then he says, and I think Wirtz can play from the left side as well. See, this is what I'm trying to say, people. Look, we got our own manager kind of highlighting that Rio is showing very good signs. And obviously Wirtz can play from the left too. Like, that's one thing I'll say about Liverpool, right? We've got players that can play in different positions. Like Wirtz can come in off the left. If he goes on the left, then you can kind of put Soberslai in the 10. Do you know what I mean? And then if you've got like Gakpo's not available, you've got Rio that can obviously play on the left, then you can kind of switch Wirtz there as well to kind of be, I don't know, people. There's like, Slot can do obviously a lot of stuff right now with the players he's got, but at the same time, now we've obviously sold a quality player like Diaz. I personally want to see another quality left-sided player coming, whether that's Rodrigo or whether that is us just saying, you know what, we've got a ready-made replacement in Rio. I don't know, people, but like I said, this is obviously something to just kind of talk about. You know what I mean? But that's Slot obviously talking about the Diaz situation. What else is there? What's he saying here? Let's obviously touch on this. He says, there are enough options for me to choose from, but as I always say, another thing about Liverpool is that if we see a chance in the market, we never hesitate to bring someone in. In the end, it's about quality, and we have already made some very good signings in terms of quality. We are already in the right place. See, I don't know, man. Them type of comments is just like, you know, as he said, innit? We're always going to be in the market for players if they become available. But he's saying, you know, we've got good signings, and in terms of quality, we're in a good place already. So it's like, it's touch and go, people, man. We don't know if we are going to replace Diaz. I think as fans, of course, we want to see another player come in. Like I said, there's all this Rodrigo talk, but that's kind of quieted down recently. And we just have to just basically wait and see what happens, to be honest, man. But I think right now, Liverpool's main focus just seems to be trying to get this Isak deal over the line first. So let's obviously come out of this and see what else there is to chat about in the rumours thing. Obviously, we've already spoke about that. Isak training with his former club. Isak training with his former club again. I think that's it, to be honest, you know. There's nothing really more. I think I've touched on everything that's really happening. Yeah, I think I've touched on everything that's kind of like tweets and rumors. Not really much going on. Like I said, the main thing that everyone's kind of waiting for right now is this Isak news and whether we're obviously going to put a bid in or not. I think there was another thing I saw as well where, I can't remember the source where it come from there. We're obviously going to bid 120 million for Isak, and then the rest will probably be add-ons in it. But we need to just wait and see, people, man. We need to just wait and see, and that's all we can do is just be patient and then just, yeah, you know, wait to see what the club do and see if they can get this deal over the line. But that's it for me today, people, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, like I said. And if there's any more news coming out of Liverpool, best believe your boy Max will be here to report anything for you guys, man. Until then, take care, have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out.